Hello, I am Parker, and I am here to help you pee. I'm gonna make the bathroom anxiety video today. I'm also gonna give you a couple suggestions that might help you quite a lot when you're in the men's room. I have recently been making an effort to get out a lot more, and when I do that, I'm usually in a wheelchair, so things are a little bit different for me, but I'm not always in the wheelchair, so it still applies. I've noticed a lot of things about the men's room. I've noticed they are filthy and awkward. I have noticed that men do not wash their hands. So there's that, which is fine. I can deal with that. I mean, using the ladies' room for 20 some years and then changing over to the men's room, it's a big culture shock. Massive. So basically, what I've noticed is that when I'm in the wheelchair, I have to wait for a wheelchair accessible stall, and usually they're free, and when they're not, the guy will hold the door open for me, and everybody's quite nice in the men's room. But you go into the stall, and then people wouldn't really think twice about a person in a wheelchair sitting down to pee. I don't think people think twice when somebody sits down and pees anyways, but we're always thinking that because it's just the way it is. So obviously, I sit down, but I'm still always thinking like, okay, who's listening? Am I outing myself right now? Am I in danger? There were a few incidents where I was in a washroom with two homeless, angry people that were bothering people for money and complaining about how somebody was in the stall, and that was me, and I was like, am I going to get out of this situation? I didn't have any cell phone service. I didn't want to, give anything away because I feared for my safety in that specific incident. I just sort of waited for them to leave, and that took a long time, and then I did what I had to do, and I left. The worst part is when you're sitting and somebody comes and sits right next to you, and then you're like, shit, are they gonna, listen to me? Because I have been told by other people that it does sound different when you pee, like, cisgendered male pee versus trans man pee. It's a different sound, and I can understand that because it's a different, length from the toilet and whatever differences there are in that. You also have to worry about, little kids, because they love to just look under the stalls. That's something that I'm always concerned about. What is the kid gonna say? That does happen. You don't want to think about it, but it happens, and you have to be careful because there are environments that are less safe than other environments. So I have a couple of tips for using the public washroom and feeling a little bit more secure. My hair is insane. Tip number one, which is kind of bad for the environment and not something that I would want to do often, but sometimes you have to do this. Sit down, take as much toilet paper from the dispenser as you can, line the bowl with the paper, just throw it in there. So basically, when you do end up, doing your business, it completely muffles the sound so nobody can hear what you're doing. That is something that I have done quite a few times, and it's worked, and it helps a lot. Another thing you can do is this homemade STP device that somebody showed me and I thought was interesting. Please hear my words and listen to them. Definitely try this at home 6 or 7 times before you go out and do this in public, because you have to really get the hang of it, and you have to be very confident while using this device, because it could go horribly wrong. You also have to have very good control over your pee. You have to have good pee control. Basically, all you need is this, and I will show you how to use this. And like I said, please try this at home, pants down, try it through the zipper, try it as many ways as you want to. But this will essentially allow you to stand up and pee in a stall. I would not recommend doing this next to somebody in a urinal because it would be very obvious, and that would be that. So don't do that. But go into the stall, and at least you'll be standing, right? And nobody will be like, "Why is that dude sitting down?" I mean, people don't really think that, but you're always worried about that. And everybody's always worried about that. So this is what you have to do. You have to take this. This is a toilet paper roll. This looks like cleavage. It's not, though. My scars are so dark. Sorry, went off topic for a second there. Toilet paper roll, or you can take a paper towel roll, which might work better for some people, and cut it in half. It'll be a longer device, and less chance of leakage and such. So you take it and you just squish it. Squish it down like this. Flatten it out, and you have this flat cardboard thing. What you do next is take it like this, fold it like that. All right. Make it all flat as much as you can. So what you have is like a little, I don't know what to call it, a little trough or something. So what you're gonna do next is take the more open part, like keep one part a little bit skinnier than the other, because this is the part that's going to be catching everything, and this is the part that's going to be draining everything. So take this and put it where it needs to go. Make sure you practice this, please. Put it where it needs to go and just pee into it. Just pee onto it, rather, and it will fall out into the toilet. It'll come out. And it shouldn't soak through, but if you're worried it's going to soak through, I would take a candle or a piece of wax or a crayon and just color it onto the toilet paper roll, because then it will deflect any moisture and it'll just kind of roll right off. You can use this like in your zipper, as long as you have boxers that have like a button, you know what I mean? If you're wearing like something that you have to move to the side, I wouldn't recommend using this, because I guess you could pull it down, but whatever. Because it would just be more difficult, and I've tried it with that. I've tried it so many different ways, and the only time it has ever failed me is when I use underwear that was that didn't have any sort of hole to put, you know what I'm trying to say. So try this at home before you go out and do it, but I hope this helped, and yeah, it's disposable. You don't have to clean it out. Just bring a couple with you when you go out. Use it for emergencies. Throw it away as soon as you're done. Do not reuse this. Gross. Throw it away. And that's that. Kind of looks like an alien, sort of. Not really. I don't know. I'm just seeing things. I hope this helped. Please listen to my advice about trying it at home before you go out with this particular method. Trust me. Alright, that's all I've got to say. Take care.